Welcome back to Folks Solo Sports Show. Hold up. Welcome back to Folks Solo Sports Show. Alright, let's get right into it, okay? Let's talk about these trades. All this trade madness that's going on. Let's start off with the Los Angeles Lakers. I feel like the Lakers, if you watch my last videos, I feel like they're making big mistakes on all these trades that they're doing. Not saying that the players that they're trying to get aren't good, but the players that they're losing are going to be their downfall. Like trying to trade Kyle Kuzma and Danny Green to the San Antonio Spurs is a bad move. To get DeMar DeRozan, that's a bad move on the Lakers' part right there. If you see Danny Green and Kyle Kuzma come alive, it's not every night, but in some games they come alive when the Lakers need them the most. Danny Green will hit 3 threes in a row. Kyle Kuzma will get a steal, run it back down, get a good play in. They come alive when it means the most. See, the Lakers, people keep really saying that they don't have a third person to go to. But I feel like that they don't need a third person trying to, I feel like they don't need somebody that is third, like LeBron, AD, and they need a third superstar. I just feel like they need a third. Well, I don't know if people feel like DeRozan is a superstar, but he's a star. Okay, so I just don't feel like they should be trying to pick up somebody third. You already got too much focus on Anthony Davis and LeBron James. There just needs to be a player that isn't expected to do that good, that does good. And I think this is the reason why they even won the championship, because they don't have a third person that has to worry about his career and how people are going to look at him. Not saying DeMar DeRozan wouldn't be a good piece to the Lakers, because he would. Just like Schroeder would and just like Chris Paul would. But to get rid of Danny Green and Kyle Kuzma that been on the Lakers since LeBron James got there and already has 2 years of chemistry with LeBron right there, even though that people say that they don't know about Kyle Kuzma, he's too iffy. I don't think so. I just feel like that he's still a young guy, and he is still trying to learn a lot how he wants his game to play out and how he wants to be. And right now, he's finally getting adjusted to not being the superstar on the team. He's finally getting adjusted to being the second or the third guy on the team. So why would you let that go after he's getting comfortable with it and he's getting comfortable with that spot, to know that he's not trying to outshine anybody? He's just in the game to do what he has to do. And this will be one of the Lakers' downfalls if they make this move. If Danny Green and Kyle Kuzma go to the San Antonio Spurs, Popovich starts them. If Popovich starts Kyle Kuzma and Danny Green, they are going to become the Splash Brothers in San Antonio. Danny Green and Kyle Kuzma will become the Splash Brothers in San Antonio, and they will be the second biggest threat in the West after the Golden State Warriors to the Lakers. It's going to go to a crazy difference. Like, you're going to see the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Mavericks, the Suns, they're all going to fall under the Spurs. The Warriors will be second, and the Lakers probably will still be first. But they are going to be the second biggest threat to the Lakers if Kyle Kuzma and Danny Green go to the Spurs and start. and Kyle Kuzma becomes the star of that team, and Danny Green, the veteran with 3 championships that broke records in the finals, hitting threes, he's going to get that feeling back. He's going to go back to that team, and he's going to get all of that feeling back, and it is going to be a nightmare for the Lakers and every other team in the West and every other team in the NBA. I'm telling you, they are going to become the Splash Brothers of San Antonio. Don't believe me? Just watch and see. That is why I feel like that's going to be a bad move if they go through with that. Okay? As far as the Schroeder trade, I see that, I don't know how true it is, but it's saying Rondo out for Schroeder, another bad move. Schroeder is a good player. He's a good player, but he's not Rondo, not one bit. Why would you want to give up Rondo? Even like you gotta ask, y'all gotta make some type of deal. They are businessmen. These owners and stuff are businessmen. They gotta make some type of deal to say, okay, Rondo, I know you got the option to go somewhere else and make more money, but can we do this? Maybe pay you this amount to fit the budget, and then, you know, try to get that other championship, and then we can pay you extra or double once you finally decide to leave after we get a chance to win another championship with you, because you also are known as one of the smartest basketball players ever, right beside LeBron James, and y'all just won a championship together. Y'all were rivals before when he was on the Cavaliers and Rondo was on the Celtics. Okay? Why would you give up Rondo? You gotta do whatever it takes to keep Rondo. You gotta do whatever it takes to keep Rondo, okay? Then you got to not who's the third one? Chris Paul. Okay, Chris Paul. Like, if Chris Paul doesn't want to come, that's up to Chris Paul. I feel like that will probably be the best thing for the Lakers to do. But Dion Waiters, Cousins, guys like that hardly even played in the season, those guys gotta go if you want to get Chris Paul. Dion Waiters, Cousins, and a couple other guys that hardly touched the ball. I feel like that maybe the Thunder would be up to that trade if the Lakers wanted to give them Dion Waiters and Cousins for Chris Paul. I might be wrong. Let me know. But I feel like that would be a good trade, and they might take that. You know, they might take that option. And even Dwight Howard too, if you want to. Dwight Howard too, if you want to. All right. So just not good looking. Lakers think that this is gonna make them better. I'm not saying they still can't win a championship, but I'm telling you that chemistry that you get with the team. Shannon Sharp says that the championship team's always trying to build and get better, but I feel like that you got to test it out first. You got to see if that chemistry is going to work for you, and you got to use that chemistry that you have with people that you already played with and just won a championship with. You got to use that again first before you start trading to see if that doesn't work, then it's fine to start doing all these trades. But if that keeps working, why are you going to mess that up? Why are you trying to fix something that's not broken? Okay? Then let's go on to the Houston Rockets. Okay? Russell Westbrook and James Harden going crazy over here in Houston, man. Players always are trying to say where they want to go and stuff. And I agree, if somebody doesn't want to play somewhere most of the time, let them go to another team. But if I was the coach, the new head coach there, the owner there, whoever it may be, at a time like this is when I would refuse both of them trying to leave the Houston Rockets. I would say, no, y'all are not leaving. Y'all claimed y'all was best friends, all buddy through y'all childhood, and y'all wanted to play together. Okay? Now all of a sudden that y'all aren't happy with the results after one season, just one season, you thought you were going to come in and just win the championship the first season against all the competition. I would say neither one of y'all is not going nowhere. Y'all gotta stay down. Y'all can't go nowhere. And this, stop trying to play the small ball though. And you need to pull James Harden and Russell Westbrook in the office. You need to tell them, I'm not letting y'all leave. I'm sorry. We got to keep y'all. Y'all wanted this so bad. Y'all said y'all are childhood friends. Y'all wanted to play together. Y'all thought y'all can do it. Russell Westbrook saying he wants to have the ball in his hands more is not a bad thing. They need to tell him this. That's not a bad thing, because he is one of the best drivers up there with LeBron to the hoop. People say he's also one of the best drivers to the hoop. So what's wrong with him having the ball over James Harden? And this is what needs to be said to them. James Harden can hit the three. Westbrook can't hit the three. So there's nothing wrong with Westbrook having the ball, taking it to the hole. And if not, not looking good, he passes it back to James Harden, and James Harden hits that three. James Harden should be happy if somebody else wants to have the ball in their hands that can control the ball as good as Russell Westbrook can. And all he has to do is sit back there, which he'll get way more comfortable when he's not the only one that's trying to shoot the ball from the three and take it to the paint. He'll get way more comfortable with the three, and he'll start hitting a lot more threes, and his percentage will go up if that's what happens. So I feel like whoever's in charge of the Houston Rockets, they need to sit down with Westbrook and Harden and tell them that. And also tell them, we're not going to keep trying to play this small ball. Y'all need to do that. Westbrook needs to be the point guard, bring the ball down, control the ball, and Harden needs to just get more comfortable hitting his threes. And we're going to get y'all a big man. They need a big man, okay? Dwight Howard can go to another team at this point. He was just a 1-year deal. He can go to another team. Why not try to get Dwight Howard back now that he's in a good state of mind? He just came back, won his championship with the Lakers, a team he was on before. Why not try to get him to come back to the Rockets, another team he was on before, and do the exact same thing with Russell Westbrook and James Harden? Get Dwight Howard. Now you have a big man, and let Dwight Howard start, which the Lakers don't do every game. And I guarantee you let Dwight Howard start with the state of mind he's in now, a champion now. People can't tell him nothing. He's going to do even better than what he just did for the Lakers. And James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Dwight Howard, that will make their contender rate for the championship go way up. That might put them in third place behind the Warriors, okay? So that's what I would say as far as the Houston Rockets right there. James Harden going to the Brooklyn Nets is not a good fit at all. That is not going to work. It didn't work when he was on Thunder with Kevin Durant, and then you're going to have to go there and deal with Kyrie Irving too. That will be a disaster. Even if they make it to the finals, that is going to be a disaster, okay? It's not going to end well there. They'll get there and probably lose, not because they're not good enough players, because we all know they are superstars, but they're just always going to argue out on the court, and it is going to cause them a big downfall. So Harden to the Brooklyn Nets, not a good idea. Westbrook to the Knicks. If I was Russell Westbrook, I wouldn't be trying to look at that, because that is just a bad organization at this point, and I wouldn't be the superstar to try to go there and fix it. Maybe if I came near my first season, I got drafted by the Knicks, that's one thing. But to already be 32 years old and try to go to an organization and even get them to the playoffs, which they haven't been to in years, is ridiculous. That's a bad choice. Don't do that, Russell Westbrook. Hold on. Look like, hold up. Hey. You gotta get right. You gotta get right. All right, now we got that taken care of. Hey, but back to what I was saying. So Westbrook, don't go to the Knicks. Not a good idea. Organization is terrible at this point. You won't get anywhere if a championship is what you want. Even though they say that your legacy isn't going to be looked upon as James Harden's will, it doesn't matter if it will or not because you're the triple double king. Who doesn't want to win a championship? Everybody does. So, bad move for Harden to go to the Nets or Westbrook to go to the New York Knicks. Then what's the other trade that I'm hearing? Giannis. I feel like if Giannis is going to go anywhere, the Heat would be the best place for him to go with Jimmy Butler. Giannis is getting better at the three. Jimmy Butler rarely ever hits the three. And he's a great driver to the basket, as you just seen in the NBA Finals. And I feel like that could be a good fit. But also on the same hand, I feel like Giannis is better off just staying in Milwaukee. Players, all the older guys, they're getting old and they won't be around much longer. Giannis is going to start rising up, and he's going to be the best player in the league. Even though he's the MVP, let's be honest, he's not the best player in the league, but he will be. And then people are going to want to come to play with Giannis in Milwaukee if he stays there, and they'll win the championship like that when Giannis becomes the official old head of the NBA. I feel like he should just stay there and do like a Tim Duncan or something. So this is Folk Solo Sports Show. Let me know what you think in the comment section, man, about the trades that the Lakers are trying to do and about the trade from Westbrook and James Harden. If you think what I said is understandable and correct, or if you think it would be better if Westbrook and Harden left the Houston Rockets to go to the teams that they're thinking about going to. All right. Peace, man.